Chapter 13. Author's Note. Raven, thanks for gelping me again. I'm sorry I talk your puster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Perhaps stop flammicking! Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco! We shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No! Don't! We need to save Draco! We begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco! He moaned. Author's Note. Don't you thick gay guys are like so hot? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea! He exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Alakadabra. It was Voldemort! Chapter 14. Author's Note. Fuck off, Prebz! Okay, Raven, thanks for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed, and I had to go to the hospital 'cause I slit my wrists. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 God reviews. Warning! Some of this chapter is extremely scary. Viewer excretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran out in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps! He shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. Suddenly he looked at me, and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Period, he said. In this, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Huh? I asked. Enoby, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my BF, and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you were so fucked up, you fucking bastard, I said angrily. And then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! He screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. Then I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex pack. Get it, 'cause he's so sexy? And had really huge you-know-what and everything. It's so unfair! I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Beludi Mary because she's not ugly or anything? Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They're such fucking sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me. And now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. Author's Note. Don't worry, Enoby isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse! I shouted, and then I ran away. Chapter 15. Author's Note. Stop flaming, okay? BTW, you suck from now on. Every time someone flams me, I'm gonna slit my wrists. Thanks to Raven for helping. Ebony! Ebony! Shouted Draco sadly. No, please, come back! But I was too mad. Whatever! Now you can go and have sex with vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short-ripped black gothic dress that said Anarchy on the front in blood-red letters, and was all ripped and a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them, with blood-red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned to Draco. "Enoby, I love you!" he shouted sadly. "And do not care what those fucker preps and posers think. You were the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I wanted to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you!" Then he started to sing The Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it, right in front of the entire class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Author's note, don't you think those guys are so hot? If you do not know who they are, then get the fuck out of here. "OMFG!" I said after he was finished. Some fucking preps stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers. They were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Draco's now. At them. "I love you!" I said. And then we started to kiss, just like Hilary Duff, I fucking hate that bitch, and CMM in A Cinderella Story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked. And then we went together.